every individual is different, and just because in case a child with a Down syndrome intellectual disability, so you cannot compare with the normal child. Like and he can have achieve all his milestones with their age. Of course it will take some time, so you have to be patient, right? It's okay if the child needs to repeat the class, for example, right? Many people are focusing on, okay, if the child is 3, should be nursery 4, kg 1, kindergarten 1 2, likewise. So I was focusing on how much he is comfortable in the environment.
Hi, welcome to Swishing Mindsets. I'm Anuradha and I'm speaking to Aditya Tiwari, who adopted his son Avnish as a single father at the age of 28 in 2016 after a long legal battle. Today, Avnish, who was born with a hole in his heart and has Down syndrome, has trekked to the Everest Base Camp at the age of 9 and is the youngest national
At
awardee.
the age of 7.
At the age of 7. Okay, okay. Even better. So, hi, Aditya.
Hello. Hello,
Yeah.
ma'am. Thank you for inviting
Yeah, you're
to
welcome.
this podcast.
Yeah, thank you. So he was awarded at the age of 9 or at what age?
No, so at the age of 7, he went to the Everest Base Camp, explored the Mount Everest until 6,000 meter above sea level.
Yeah.
Okay. Then he got the first national award at the age of 8 and second at the age of 9.
Okay, okay. That's great. So
Like at 7.5 and 8.5, he got the award. 7.5 after six
hmm,
months, he got the award.
okay.
Okay. So yeah, he's the only child who did at the age of 7, despite of typical or a special need.
Hmm. And he's 11 now, right?
Yeah, he's 10 plus, yes.
10 plus. Okay, okay. That's great. So tell me, since we're talking about the Everest Base Camp, what was that preparation like for you, you know? And tell me, how come you thought of this? Because with the child with Down syndrome, it's just enough that he's healthy and he's thriving and all, you know? So how come you thought of trekking and that to the Everest Base Camp?
Uh, See, he loved nature, and we used to explore small places, hills, of course, the mountain. The place I live, there are no mountains are there. Okay, but there was a time when he expressed his interest in exploring high hills and mountains, and I thought, okay, we will give a try. So it's not just a spontaneous thing, and just to explore nature. And we were at home. There were no therapy centers, no schools were open. It was a COVID time, so I thought, okay, we will have sufficient time and let's explore. So we start exploring the nature. It starts from the farming. Initially, we start for the farming, so it's on the ground for long hours in a day, and then later on, he and shows interest for the hills. Then we were watching movie, and he saw the Everest there, and he said, "I want to go." And I said, "Okay, fine. You want to go for it?" So a lot of practice, a lot of hard work is required for it. So we did a pre-training for almost a year, more than a year time, on the high altitude and the different temperature in the country. First, we explore the same altitude in Ladakh region, just to give a look and feel and the experience about how the altitude, what challenges can come at the altitude, because Ladakh is around 10,000 meter above sea level. 3,000 meter, 10,000 feet, 3,000 meter above sea level. So we thought to start from this place, and slowly, then we did a training or practice in Kashmir region, and then after we thought just give a try to explore the Everest, and we did it. But it was a very, it's not an easy, and it's a lot of hard work is required from his side as well. Yeah, the stamina building, many exercises were there. Then medically, we have to explore many options, like what all things for the immediate relief, if any emergency comes, what insurances are available for airlift option if it's required. So we have gone through all the documents, on the videos, all the audios, everything available on the net that time about the Everest, about the tracking and how it can be done. So it took almost more than, as I said, more than a 1 year. So we did only focus on the training of physically, mentally, psychologically, to be prepared for what we are doing. And it was just a try. There was nothing that we have to do. We have to achieve something. I just want to try. If it's possible, then it's okay. If it's not, then it's absolutely fine. So not stretching unnecessarily, not pushing unnecessarily. But since we are at home, and I thought, okay, instead of going some other place, why don't we focus on this task?
And that's great. So he grasped the enormity of the task that, you know, you're climbing Mount Everest. You know, he understood that. Does he understand
He
like what, you know, what you've accomplished? Because I was reading that he had a big smile and he was very happy when you actually did that, no?
Of course, see, I believe everyone understands if you talk to them. If you see, it's all it starts with the trust, the faith you have in someone. So if you start talking in a negative way, the things never will be a positive. You cannot consider a positive
Yeah.
outcome. So we were talking every day. We have a one room where we were only talking about the altitude. We watch all the movies together, all the videos available. Okay, then we set up a small goal. So in a room, you can see there are only the pictures of Mount Everest was there. We have printed them, posted there to make him understand where we are going, how much time it is going to take. The videos which give a real feel about it, okay, how it is going to be. And then after visiting the places, as I mentioned, to the
Yeah.
high altitude in India, right, to make a look and feel first, to give a practical experience. So see, the point is, as I said, we were not unnecessary stretching it. You have to do something in your
Yes,
life.
yes, yes,
We
yes.
have time, and we thought, okay, we will give a thought, right, instead of focusing on the screens in the lockdown time. And we were at home, the traveling was not possible, so most of the people are at home. So instead of doing something, we thought, okay, we will give a try. So it was just a try with 100% efforts, and we have given a sufficient time. Like for more than 1 year, we were only focusing on physical, mental
Yeah.
strength, what we want to achieve and how it going to be. Okay.
Yeah. So tell me, what is it like when both of you spend time together? Like this was a goal that you had, a shared goal, and you said that, you used to talk, you had pictures, you watched movies together. So what is it like, for both of you? How do you spend time together? How much time do you spend together also?
See, it's just like a normal parent, okay, because you cannot say, okay, you are a single parent, so the life should be different, of course,
Yeah.
in certain ways, but not every time. So it's the same like any other parent. And there are priorities. Okay, so of course, for a child, like if you have someone with a special need, so priorities are different, right? And initial level when I got him, so we were focusing on the basic understanding first. He may know who I am, and I must know his requirement instead of just start focusing on something for the achievements or the milestones. So that was the only ask initially, just want him to understand who I am for him, okay, and just to know him. And then we started the therapies to get the milestone achieved. So therapies, it's like you have to take from one place to another place, wait at the therapy area. Once this is done, then the other therapy, and then the schooling time. Every parent want the good school for their child. The same thing, explore many schools, and the one he was comfortable, the teacher was aware about special needs, so those places, those school I thought he should go for. Okay, and for the academic, of course, uh, every individual is different, and just because in case a child with a Down syndrome intellectual disability, so you cannot compare with the normal child. Like and, he can have achieve all his milestone with the age. Of course, it will take some time, so you have to be patient, right? It's okay if the child needs to repeat the class, for example, right? Many people are focusing on, okay, if the child is 3, should be nursery 4, KG 1, kindergarten 1, 2, likewise. So I was focusing on how much he is comfortable in the environment, what he is learning, slow but steady, right? So small things, start focusing on about the achievements, then the milestones, and now identifies his interests. So what are his interests, like playing, what games he want to play, music, what instrument he want to play, what kind of songs he likes. Like for the food, very specific about the food. We can't give him a junk food or a sugar food or a packet food, only proper cooked food. Okay, then like for a regular interval of times, there will be a medical checkup is in place. So there are the doctors, like the permanent doctors to whom we can rely and ask for any advice, help, support. Of course, their expertise are indifferent, but you need a medical person be with you. For example, any medical things you want to discuss or talk about it, or any feedback suggestion you want. So created those support areas. Then the school should be more comfortable for him, the therapy center should be comfortable, and apart from that, he loves to play dhol, so we explore playing dhol option for him. Now see, it started from a small dhol, and now he's playing proper the drum set. He's learning,
Okay.
he show interest in role, then he show interest in exploring wild animals, spend time with the animals at zoo. So he adopted a tiger when he come home. It's almost a 10 year now. So he's working on Save Tiger, helping or like spreading message about the Save Tigers. Okay, it's a national animal to India. So apart from that, traveling is one of the hobby in public transport. He loves to travel in car. He loves to go long drive. He loves to explore nature. So we did a terrace farming as well, like it just to make him comfortable and just he want to explore some time with doing farmings. Then on the ground as well we explored. So all the stuff, it's only spending time with him. I know that what are his interests, how he react, what are do's and don't, then how his body react uh, in certain temperature, certain areas, like so you have to spend time. But of course I need to focus on my other priorities as well, the work, because without that I won't sustain, right? So the work is also
Yeah.
a priority for me. So he's like another parent. I have to make sure that I take care of my job, professional life and personal life, to make sure that I will take care of a child as well, and the additional responsibilities, liabilities I have.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you seem like any parent to identify what the child enjoys. Like, now he's playing drums and he enjoys, traveling and he likes, you said, like, wildlife. So you're spending a lot of time and you're identifying his interests, right? So how do you, uh, I mean, like, for other parents also, how can they do that with their child?
I believe many people ask me like day for yesterday I met with a parent and the girl, she's in second year now, and parents are saying we don't know what her interest is. So I said, I asked about their daily routine, life, what are their expectations. So the point is, many people, many parents have their some certain expectations for their child. So instead of going for your expectations, just to understand the child, there is no rocket science, there is no medicine. You have to just observe your child. You have to just understand your child. Like if you know what your child like, dislike, you can understand the strength of the child. See, interest is the one thing, and then you can make it as a strength as well, right? To put some more time and how much you are involved with your child. That is also important, because okay, if your child wants to play and if you are not involved in playing, like I do with my son, if he wants me to go and play with him with his friends, I give my time. I will explore that option as well. So you don't have to always look for what other people will think of it. If you're doing or playing with the kids, if you're going to zoo with the kid at this age to see the wild animals, to spend time there, if you're going on a long drive with a child, so everything is possible. You don't have to put your expectations. You have to only be with the child. Or so the most important thing, have some trust and faith in your child. If most of the parents are like, the child won't understand. No, you are not you just because you're not confident about it, it doesn't mean child won't understand. Child will understand everything if you start talking to your child, okay, telling them. See, for the Everest, as you asked me a question, he feel the same joy of be on the top of the world? Of course, because we felt it before we going. If you don't feel it that this is possible, then it won't be possible. So you have to feel in you have a faith and trust in your child.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. And I guess what you're saying, you sounding like you're friends with Avnish. You spend a lot of time, you have fun, and you have experiences together. So that sounds really nice. And Aditya, you talked about therapies, and I was also reading that he's gone through various surgeries. And as a Down syndrome child, I remember reading that people said that he would not be even be able to walk. And now, obviously, I mean, he's climbing Mount Everest, so obviously he can walk and much more than that. So tell me about some milestones and how for a Down syndrome child and especially for Avinish, from the beginning, how you've achieved the milestones and what is the therapy, etc., that you've taken care of to reach so far.
See, the professional plays an important role because to guide you what is required for the child, what kind of therapies are required. But for a parent, the parents are the first therapist, first doctor, first advocate, first friend for a child, first teacher for a child. For any child, it's not with a special need, right? So first they need to understand, like for the newborn child, I used to get a call from parents, can we start a therapy for a child? For a newborn, what kind of therapy you can start? This is the time that you were waiting for a long time. So spend and enjoy with your child instead of just starting therapies. So there must be a time where you when you can start therapies, right? What kind of therapies are required? Every child don't require the same therapies, as it depends on individual. Every milestones are different they are achieved. Then also it depends on the environment nature you are providing to the child. Okay, like in our case, of course, it was told when I want to adopt Avi, and then they said he won't stand on his own feet ever in his life because of the problem with the knees. Okay, so I said, okay, we will provide a proper treatment. So I never thought of it. Okay, he can run, he can walk because they say he won't able to stand on his feet. Later on, once he come home, I identified that what issue he is having and provided the proper treatment. So he was not having any major issue which required a medical intervention, just because there was no early intervention in the orphanage. They don't understand it. Okay, so lack of expertise was there. So slowly, we have start giving him those therapies. Then for a speech, you need to start a therapy. For a Down syndrome, a speech is one of the major concerns. Okay, it's a major milestone to be achieved. So speech therapy to be continued. Then occupational, some sensory issues are there. So you have to go for a therapies. Okay, then you for physical therapy or physiotherapy, if your child can walk, if your child can independently move and do cycling, you don't require a physiotherapy, for example. So you need to understand that if you have achieved the milestone, the therapist is not required. Special educator if your child is going school, and even if it's not, so just for a internal it's just early intervention. If you want to start it at the age of 2 2.5 or three, it's the right to start a special educator if you can get. And if you can, child can sit, because education doesn't start only about the reading writing. The important thing is the concentration. And most of the children nowadays, despite of the normal, typical or a special need, they don't have a concentration, much concentration. They can't sit at one place. They can focus or talk about it for something, for one thing, right? So these are the basic thing you need to, every parent need to work on. And then what kind of activities to be involved based on the age, based on the milestone achieve or to achieve the milestones. So that is also important. So it's vary from child to child, but yes, the therapies are important for a special need. If the speech is not there, the speech therapy will. Then apart from therapies, the daily routine and diet also plays an important role. How many hours your child is sleeping, what kind of food your child is eating. Like junk food is not required, sugar is not required. It increase the behavioral issues in everyone. It is more danger for the special need child. So like Avi had a hole in a heart as well, which got filled automatically after I got him. We were focused on the daily routine and diet for him. The slowly slow things were in our favor. We never gave him any kind of medical intervention for the hole in the heart. It was not required.
Great, yeah. Okay. Hmm.
Yeah. So it's daily routine, your lifestyle, your food makes a difference. And of course, trust and faith in a child to allow your child to be in your space.
Yeah. Any myths about Down syndrome children, because I think now I see so many, even creating videos and, becoming YouTubers and all that, and really smart people. So tell me, are there any myths? Because earlier it was like people would be scared if they had a Down syndrome child, if they knew that even if they were pregnant and they were expecting, it was like bad news, and you went and adopted knowingly, a Down syndrome child. So any myths that people have about them?
See, the child is a child, human is a human, right? So, it's a condition, it's a medical condition, it's a
Yeah.
chromosome condition. So, sometimes the parents they look for a miracle, they want to cure it, so cure is not possible. Okay, and every child has a mild, moderate, and severe, like three uh like they are from the mild or a minor or a stages. Okay, so accordingly a parent have to work on it. And for the main, so important thing is that the acceptance. Then never look for any miracle. It can't be cured. Okay, and they can live a normal typical life. It's many people talk about it, they are very happy childrens, they are very happy. So see, they
Yeah.
have all the emotions. It's not only always they are happy, they have all the emotions in same like us. Okay, so we need to understand and respect them. Okay, they also need their own time, me time, um, and they can live a normal life up to certain extent. Always the shadow support is required, but that's fine. So I believe we need to just understand the medical terms as well. It's a chromosome disorder. It's from the parents, right? It's a chromosome, and it cannot be cured. This is just very important because many people go for certain kind of treatments, and of course, you cannot cure anything which is genetic.
Yeah. So I think what you're saying that basically the first thing one has to do is accept that yes, this is a problem. You don't can't run away from it, try cure it,
It's not a problem. It's
do all
just a
that.
condition. It's a
It's
medical
a condition,
condition.
yes.
Child is born with a extra
Not a
or a
problem, yeah.
47 or a 45 chromosome.
Yeah.
Okay, need to understand what kind of condition, medical condition is. Okay, and
Hmm.
accordingly just go for it because if you accept it, life will be easy.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think acceptance is key rather than trying to fight it, and you said it's just a condition.
Acceptance is a key, right? And
Yeah.
second is like they have a normal life. They can do anything. They are playing a role in the movies now. You must be knowing the movie Sitare Zameen Par.
Yes, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
then they are working in the corporates. Then they are doing good stuff, right? Of course, there are certain limitations. We have to accept it and respect those limitations. But it's not that it's good for nothing. No, this is not the case.
Yeah, absolutely. So what is the future that you see for Avnish? Do you talk about it and what does he say? Like a lot of children have these aspirations कि मैं बड़ा होके, मैं ये बनूंगा. This is what I want to become. So do you have these conversations or do you have it in your mind as a father?
See, the future we don't know. We prefer to live in present. Nobody knows the future in this
And
world,
he's
right?
small, he's just
Correct.
just
So
about 11.
better to be a one step at a time. Okay, focus on what he needs now and what can be done based on his interest. He want to be play drums, drummer. Okay, he want to be like a social work. He loves to do. He is having own food bank. Then he cares for animals. So the same work he can continue taking care of animal like he's like getting a working on the Save Tiger project for the awareness of a Save Tiger project. So for animals, for anything related to the music and the traveling, and he loves to shoot his own videos and the blogging. He is he likes it. Okay, so he will start his own blogging soon. So basic things based on his interests as of now, his hobbies. We want to go for the same in future as well, because I cannot ask him, okay, you have to be certain professional. Okay, right? I
Yeah.
know what his interest. I know the limitations. So instead of putting my expectations, I can only help him, support him, his choice, his hobbies, his interest.
Right. So as a parent of a Down syndrome child, what is your wish for him, just like, just to make him independent, happy, what is your wish for him, in life?
Of course, everyone wants every child, everyone should be independent in life. Every time I want him to be just always happy. Okay, he do whatever he wants. Of course, it should be good for him, for others as well. Okay, there is nothing destructive, but on the positive note, he whatever he wants to do, go for it, do it. What makes him happy? But of course, certain few things I need to work on, like the guardianship. Like every parent have a concern, what next after us, what next after me. So
Yeah.
the guardianship should be there. The person who will be taking care of. Taking care doesn't mean like taking care of the medical, the financial things for him if he needs any support. So the shadow kind of person should be available if I'm not available. Okay, so yes, the guardian person should be there. Okay, then the basic support should the basic the basic things will be available for him to sustain and survive if I'm not available. The home, the food, the uh, whatever he needs, the medical support.
Yeah.
Everything should be for available for him if I'm not there, and someone to look after it, to provide the required support whenever it's needed, right? So yes, these are things in my mind and working on it as well, right? Because every parent works. So even for a normal typical child, so same I am doing it for my child, and the one thing I want him just to be happy in his life, independent and happy. That's it.
Yeah. So these support systems that you're saying that obviously there's more you need somebody to be there, like in case you're not there, or these institutional is there any institutional support? Are they coming up?
There
Are
are
you building it?
many. There are many institutes are there. They are working on the regional level, state level, okay, community level, okay, or at the family level. Yes, it is there, and I prefer see whatever works for anyone. they can go for any kind of support, right? So it is there. Some have the family support, like the siblings or other family members. Some have some certain organizations are there. They are look after it. Okay, so those support or systems are available, but not everywhere in the country. So it should be available in every part of the country. Okay, because everywhere we need such kind of institute, organization, support system where the parent can live freely and they don't have to worry about what next.
Yeah. So, if
So
the
there's still a
parents,
lot of work is required to be done in this field to create those support system across the country. Only in the few places, like in big cities or few more cities, those kind of support system are available. Otherwise, everyone rely on the family. But this is
yeah.
not the correct approach. So certain institute organization should be available across country.
So even when the child is an adult and let's say, he doesn't have any, family support, the institutions can step in and take care long term, right?
Yeah, but parents have to
Mhm.
make the guardian for the child. They have to take
Okay.
this some few initial step, like they have to identify the institute organizations because they cannot come organizations if they don't have the data.
Hmm.
They are not aware of it, who all are there in the family. Okay, so
Hmm.
that's the reason I said the guardianship should be there. Who will
That's
be the
important.
guardian?
Yeah.
The guardian means that who will take the responsibility of the child. Doesn't mean that everything. It's like the decision making power, the financial expenses, the medical support, and anything else is required. Or guardian can make someone as in create a support or shadow for the child, or
Yeah.
can transfer the guardianship as well to someone else. So there should be the point to be mentioned in the guardianship agreement. Okay, and every by default, by until the age of 18, parents are guardian, or after 18, there must be a guardian for a child. So they have to go for a guardianship agreement for everyone, even for the parents for their own child, they have to go for a guardianship agreement because after
Yeah.
18, the person is considered as an adult. No
Okay.
more
So,
guardian.
so you're very, aware of all these things and you're already working on all this from,
Yeah, from the first day I got away, then I used to get calls from the different age groups of parent, from newborn to the older parents, what kind of issues they were facing. So the things are in my mind, like the early intervention when it's required, the education, then the vocational trainings, then the job, and then the residential home. So this would be the cycle, and you must be prepared for about what will be your support system. Create the support system for a child instead of looking for a support system.
yeah. And instead of waiting for an emergency and then creating it from the beginning, it's better to be aware and have those systems in place. So tell me, Aditya, you're a software engineer, I think, and you must be having a busy schedule. So who is your support system? And I was watching that movie, the series, sorry, Single Papa. I don't know if you've seen it. And they've shown that, okay, so anyway, this is about this man played by Konal Khemo who adopts this child. And his family was very against it. And of course, it's dramatized and all that. But there are some points that it makes, that family takes time coming around and everything. And he also has to go to work and he has a baby to take care of and everything. So, who is your support system? And, how was it when
Uh,
you decided to adopt and how is it today?
See, the point is, it's not a different or difficult. Sometimes we just again visualize it. Okay, if this is the different case, so maybe there are certain problem or the things to be taken care in a different way. It seems like other parents. If the
Yeah.
parents are working, so either the child goes to the school and then the daycare, or at home if any support is required. The same with Avi. Okay, if I'm there, most of them we are together in case if I have to travel for any reason or the place he can't travel because of the I'm traveling on the odd hours or because of the atmosphere or like the location wise or if I'm going on a short trip. So in that case, the same thing. He is going to the school. Then there is a place where he can go. Then he comes home. So entire day, he's doing his education. Then he take rest, proper rest and then the therapies and then he comes home eat and then sleep. So the support is like you need a people to take care of it doing the same work when you are not available. So you have to just clone it, create the same kind of arrangement, okay, in case if you are not available. Simple same the any parent is doing for their child
Yeah.
if they
Yeah.
are working, so it's nothing different. Only when it comes to medical emergency, of course, I have to work from home. I have to take off if it's required. Okay, when we go for a therapies, when he is not well. So likewise, then that situation is different. But nowadays, working in a hybrid model, so it's not that different what the condition was before COVID. So now hybrid gives you an extra uh, chance to be with your child and to look after your child.
Yeah. So, who do you have as your support system? You've got your parents. Who all do you have?
My
What
parents
is
are
it?
there for
Mm.
the support system, yes.
Okay. And in the beginning, when you first decided to adopt Avnish, what was the reaction then? How is it now? Have things changed?
It's the same for everyone, like why you want to adopt a child. See, it's adoption is a taboo in a country. Right. So it's the same for everyone. Why you want to adopt it, go for a normal, regular life instead of adopting a child, then why with that special need child, you don't know what other people will think of it. It's the same thing. That is nothing new in our society because of the lack of awareness about adoption. People talk about it, why adoption. I said no, adoption is better if you talk about having a biological child because in adopting a child, you have a chance to select a gender, you have a chance to select the age group. You have a chance to select from which part of the country you want to adopt a child. Okay. And then you want a single child or a sibling child. You want a typical child or a special need child. You won't get this option when you plan for a biological child. And the most important thing is that if you want to adopt a child, the best thing is that you don't need a partner.
Right.
You can adopt as a
Uh,
single parent, right?
So there's no
So
waiting, to find the right person and then you have a child. You can
correct. And
go.
see,
Yeah.
of course, the once log in, so it will take certain time to adopt a child. So this is a normal process. Even if somebody wants a biological child, they have to wait for 9 months or a year time or more than that
Yeah.
to become a parent. So it's the same. There is a waiting time. So you can use the time to enjoy your patiently waiting for your parenting journey to be start.
Yeah. That's true. So tell me, it's like a beautiful love story, how you saw when he was called Binny, right? You used to go to Missionaries of Charity in Indore, and that's when you first met Avnish, then called Binny. So how was that? That was in 2014, and you were what, 26 years old then? Or 25? So,
25, yeah. So
yeah.
it's not just a spontaneous decision when they said nobody wants to adopt him. I said, if nobody wants, give it to me. So it starts from here, and we don't know what next will happen, like the adoption laws, how they will change for a common man or for a child with a special need who is in orphanage looking for a family. So yeah, it starts from there.
So you went to court and you got the law changed, and then you could finally adopt, because I
Uh,
think the legal age was 30, right? For
For
adoption.
a single parent, yes. For a single
Yeah.
parent, it was 30. There was many grievances petition were filed at that time to get the laws changed. And thanks to Honorable Minister Srimati Menaka Gandhi ji, who was the minister that time for the WCD, she considered, accepted, and make the changes in the JJ Act in 2015. And because of her, they have changed the JJ Act implemented across India for everyone. And according, there were many changes has been done in that act. It was implemented on 1st of August 2015, and according to the act, the single parent age was moved from 30 to 25. Earlier, it was 30, and for both the genders. And there were many other changes has been made in the JJ Act on 1st of August 2018. The adoption process comes. It's now the online. Earlier, it was not the online process. You have to visit the orphanage first. So centralized data is there. Once you log in, you done with your HSR, then the centralized, they will link the child with you. Okay, so the many changes they have done in terms of the transparency for the adoption, and of course for the security for the child as well to avoid the child trafficking cases. So thanks to her, after raising many grievances, petitions, putting many logical points, and she accepted and done this. So after that, I got the custody of a child. This was the one change we were looking in the laws, and that was done with the help of her, with the minister.
Yeah, that's really wonderful. So, do you think you've inspired, other, single parents like you? Have you seen that happen? Have people got in contact with you?
There are many people. See, you cannot, of course, everybody come to know that it is possible. Earlier, this is not possible to adopt a child with a special need by a single man. This was not done in a country.
Yeah.
Okay, so now the people know that yes, this is possible, and who should want to adopt a child, they can go for it, they can register it, they don't have to wait for it. Okay, now they have the reason why as well because it's a law. Because in
Yeah.
fact, if you're eligible, everybody asks why you want to adopt it. Okay, why you are doing it. And unfortunately, when it comes to the parenting, so it's the gender bias thing is there. Female are giving more privilege to become a parent instead of single parent when it comes for a male, right? They don't consider male as a parent. Everybody will ask you, tell you, you are not, you cannot do that. It's a female job, it's not the male job. So
Yeah.
the preference will be given to the female, and female can adopt both gender child, male can adopt only a boy child. So everybody was asking like why you want to do it, only a female can do it, you cannot take care of a child. And I was like, okay, give it to me, I can give a try. I'm not saying I'm going to be the best or a good parent for him, but at least I want to give a try. And there won't be any training is there for parenting. Even if the couple they plan for a biological child, they don't go for any counseling or a training, right? So
Absolutely. Yeah.
it's the same for if you're adopting a child. It's the natural process, normal process. People should understand. But it's again the mindset barrier. It's a psychological because they don't consider male as a parent. So the best thing which has happened because after the law has changed, everybody was asking about the questioning about how I'm going to become a parent because I am a male and this won't be possible. Female can take care of a child. But I try my best. God help me. My son, he teaches me training, and I tell everyone that look, female can give a birth to a child, but the child is the one who give birth to a parenting, and that is not based on a
Yeah.
gender. So I got the award of a world best mother on International Women's Day.
Yes, yes, I remember that. Yeah.
And the people were questioning about the gender because I'm a male, you cannot take care of a child.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. And I love what you're saying, the child gives birth to the parent, basically. So the gender doesn't matter. But tell me, it's a very important point you've raised. Even in that show that I'm talking about, Single Papa, they talk about that a lot. And in fact, the nanny that he gets is also a male, so it's very sweet. And so they talk about Mamta and Bapda, so that it's very much there. So, how is it you feel that bias, like in parent-teacher meetings, parent-teacher groups on WhatsApp, it's normally the mother that is there, right? So, do you encounter all this? How is it? It must be
Yeah, that's
interesting
common.
for other
See,
people. Hmm.
I don't focus on these things. It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm here for my child. That's it. There are instances when it has happened, females are more concerned about it. I he started going school, and most of the time, females comes to drop and pick the child because a father at the workplace, so it's not feasible for them, right? Uh, so I never asked him to call me a papa. When
Hmm.
he was in an orphanage, I used to go and meet him. So the caregiver used to tell him that तेरे पापा तुझसे मिलने आए हैं. So he picked the first word papa from there. And second, then when
Yeah.
he comes home, he started going school, and I used to pick and drop him. Most of the time, females come, and other students, his colleagues were saying, "Mama, mama." So he started calling me ma because he don't realize it why other is
Very sweet. So, from Papa, he was also calling you Mao as well, also.
initially, right,
Yeah.
when he started going school, and I used to pick and drop him from the daycare, from the school, then the daycare. Okay, so,
Yeah.
but yeah, now he understands the difference. It's a long back when he was just 3 year old. Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
that's okay. So the point is, yeah, it's common, unfortunately, because even it's not because of the parent, it's because of the people as well. If the
Right.
teacher is there in a school, they prefer to talk to a mother instead of calling to a father.
Yeah.
Even if you go to the hospital, they prefer to talk to a mother for a child instead of for a father, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the psychological, it's the mindset barrier.
Right. So, I think I was reading that Avnish has also gone through a lot of surgeries. So, are these ongoing? And little bit, can you tell us?
Because of the health issues he's having, so hospitalization is very common because of pneumonia, because of LRTI. Immune system is weak, right? So we have to work on it. Then there was a major surgery which he gone through for the undescendant testes. That was done, and then after, we have to look for a best hospital, best doctor. So I have to travel to Hyderabad every time just to get all his medical treatment done, because he is comfortable, I'm comfortable, I have a good support system with the doctors in Hyderabad, good hospitals, so doctors are available. So cardiologist is in Hyderabad, so used to go, we take his advice, feedback, suggestion, right? And then after, so pneumonia, and then to remove the wax, he need to go for a small procedure to get him anesthesia, short-term anesthesia, because he is having a solid wax in his ear. Then the tonsils. Then there was some issues with the adenoids
Okay.
surgery. Then with the dental procedure for the root canal. So almost every year he is going to be in the hospitalized for some reason.
Okay. So, what is the process? Do you sit him down? Do you explain what the treatment that he's going to undergo, what it means? Do you have, how do you prepare him?
Of course, I talk to him and tell him what the treatment is about, how it will help you, and I'm going to be with you. So I go with him inside the OT. When they give anesthesia, I tell them I want to be with him. Okay, so because when he closes his eyes, he must knowing it. I am there, and I want to make sure that when he open his eyes, I should be there on next to him, so that
Yeah.
he must be comfortable when he's opening his eyes, and he must be knowing it. Yeah, he's here available. So I'm with him, yeah, in the hospital. I have to tell him what we are doing, why we are doing. So yeah, he's aware of it. We have to make him aware, right? And
Yeah,
then there
yeah.
are challenges with the medical insurance claims as well. That is the another thing. Every parent are fighting
Right.
with the special needs, and it's not that easy to get the medical expenses cover in the insurance.
Yeah. So I think you had a challenge there as well, right? To get the coverage
Everyone,
for.
every
Mm.
child, every parent, uh, because medical coverage it's not there, and everybody is struggling to get it covered. Though I have a corporate insurance, so I have to put up a point
Yeah.
against the insurance company and tell them like what issues we are facing. So medical insurance is again a big challenge for every parent, because unfortunately companies they don't they say no when it is required at the time of hospitalization. No, it's not covered because of the Down syndrome. It's a genetic disorder. So we need to make them understand that, see, the treatment is not for Down syndrome.
Yeah.
There is other health issue is there, and for that reason the child is admitted in the hospital. It's not because of the Down syndrome. And
Right.
then, but you have to fight for it. For one, I have to go get the articles, get the information from the WHA, file it, because for the congenital anomaly, they have put up a two categories, external and internal congenital anomaly, and they were saying that it's an external congenital anomaly and we cannot consider it. And I have to prove them, look, as per the medical terms, there is nothing called internal and external congenital anomaly. It's
Mm.
just a anomaly, congenital anomaly. That's it. It's just a birth defect. So you cannot distinguish it. It's not a cosmetic surgery, because external means it's a cosmetic surgery. It's not a cosmetic surgery. Then have to file it, the grievances. Then the medical team was on the call, had a discussion with the various people, and I look say that you have to prove it. I have proved it.
Yeah,
Otherwise, we'll
yeah.
take a necessary action against the medical team who are associated with the insurance company, and will request the Indian Medical Association to cancel their license because of the influence of the insurance company. They are rejecting the insurance claim, and they are providing the incorrect information, which is not true for the medical terms. So cancel their registration license as well. So it's not easy for every time, even for a pneumonia. If the child is admitted, they will decline and they will say it's because of Down syndrome. Come on, pneumonia can happen to anyone
Anyone,
related to
exactly.
Down syndrome. Yes.
Yeah. It's an uphill battle, but I'm sure, like, with you fighting it and, challenging it, you're making it easier for other people as well, for the next
Trying our
claim.
best to spread awareness, to tell people don't give up, keep trying.
Yeah. So, Aditya, Avnish sounds like a happy, strong child. So, so how do you?
Avnish is like a child. It's nothing a strong, happy child. It's like a
He's a
child with
child,
all
yeah.
the things, right? With everything like a regular child is having. Of course, he explore more things just because we are trying to explore life with him. Okay, but yeah, it's just a child.
Yeah, I think that's important to remember. So tell me, you said you use therapies and a lot of play and everything. So, as part of his therapy, what do you do? Is that we hear of sensory play, then, for even hand-eye coordination. So, what is the kind of, creative or, like you said, he also wants to become a blogger and, does he play sports? What are the things that you inculcate in your daily routine?
So the therapies are like there is an early intervention. We missed it because I got him later. Then I realized what is required. Then of course the therapy part is not he is not more on therapies. Now it's on the on ground like playing drums. He don't need a therapist. He need a drummer. He need a person who can teach him. For sports, he is preparing for Special Olympic Bharat. So for that there is a physical trainer is there who work with Avi. Then for the blogging, of course, that is his own interest and hobby. So he's trying to learn by his own also. Okay, because of course for blogging to whom we can hire and teach him. So there are few things which should be naturally. For animals, of course, I like wild animals. We want to explore. So I go with him. I met with professional, make him understand. Right. So the professionals are required. They work as a therapist. Therapy doesn't mean the person who take a degree of a therapy. No,
Yeah.
but there are the experts from the different region. The hobbies, the interest he is having. So they are helping him to achieve the few things what he wants.
Okay, that's great. And Aditya, thank you so much for doing this. And I've seen that over the years, you spread a lot of awareness. You're out there talking to people, meeting people. So tell me what motivates you to do that and to continue doing that.
See, I think I God gave me an opportunity since I met first time in an orphanage, Abhi, and then I thought to get him home. And since then, working as a social right activist for the right of orphan children, people with disability in India, highlighting the gaps in the system, raising grievances, petitions, giving feedback, suggestions to the government, and traveling across India, outside India, also because the point is the awareness, the information, right? Awareness, information, and meeting with people, parents, professional, caregivers, people who are working in this field, right? So learning from them, I share my knowledge and experience with them, what I am doing, and how it makes a difference for in someone's life. Because see, when somebody have a child with a special need, so it's impact on the whole family. It's not on the one person, right? Of course through the parents, but everyone who is associated with it. And if there is awareness, information is there, because see the work by the god grace what have achieved now, it will motivate other parents, and it will help them to be have a same trust and faith in their child as well.
Yeah.
So this is what we are trying to do. We have traveled almost entire every state in the country, participated in many conferences, workshops, webinars, went to the United Nations as well, in the World Economic Forum headquarters as well, working for the same thing. And the same thing we want to continue it on a larger scale. Want to make sure that every child have a right of education, medical facilities to be given, employment opportunity, working on the employment opportunity to create for a special needs for the adults. So this is the points I am working on, just to make sure that their life will be easy for them as well, and they will enjoy their life happily. And that's what we just want to do in this life.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Aditya. You're doing a wonderful job. And it's wonderful to see you
Mm.
and Avnish, even pictures of you. It is so nice. Thanks so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.